Hey everybody, I'm Scott Starcher and I love to cook. Welcome to Make Your Belly Happy Barbecue. Let's get to cooking. Hey y'all, Scott here from Make Your Belly Happy Barbecue, and I'm down here in Florida, and I just went to a seafood market because I was wanting to find some scallops to make pan-seared scallops. That's what the video was going to be, but the scallops they had were small and I didn't care too much for them, so I decided to do something else. So here's what I'm going to attempt. I've never done this before, but I've seen it done, and I went to a place that did a bunch of them, and there at the Golf Hazard we had a day that we had this boy come up from Louisiana, son, and Casey and his uncle, and they made us some crawfish. So I'm going to attempt to cook some of these mud bugs. There they are. I got about 2 pounds of them. And first thing I'm going to have to do here, according to the YouTube videos, is pick out any of the dead ones. And then I'm going to wash them all real good. And make sure purge them. Because they're not called, you know, the crawfish are called mud bugs. Because they live in the mud for the most part. And so I'm going to put them in a cooler and try and purge some of that mud out of them. Alright, I got these in here and I'm going to just keep rinsing them until the water stays cool. I'll fit my cooler up so the water will run out it. And I'm just going to rinse. You can see where the water's really dirty and muddy. Once the water starts turning clear, then I've got most of the mud out. Well, and if there's a little left over, mud don't hurt anybody. I'm gonna let that water rinse out there. Might be a couple dead ones in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out here in a minute. Most of them look alive. I don't really see anybody dead. Alright, it's mostly clear. So I'm going to let the water finish draining out. And then I'm going to go get my pot ready to get my boil ready. Okay, we've got our water about boiling. I'm going to start adding up. Well, this is just my version of it. I don't have a big outdoor cooker with me here down in Florida, so I'm going to have to make do. I've only got about 2 dozen crawdads anyways. So I want to kind of make my own boil. And I got some ingredients here. I got some Creole seasoning. And normally if I was doing this at home, I'd probably do some Slap Your Mama, Seaboot, or Old Bay, but this is what I got here. So I'm going to just dump this whole container in here. I'm going to add a little bit of extra garlic because I like garlic. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this up to a boil. I've never tried this like this, but I'm going to try put some cilantro in there. Alright, so we're going to start bringing this up to a boil and we'll give a little stir there. And just give a little extra zing here. A a little hot sauce in there. But I want this to come up to a full rolling boil, because I've got some stuff I'm going to put in there before I throw the crawdads. Crawdads only take about 5-6 minutes to boil. So I'm going to put some taters in here and some sausage and some peppers. And you can put other stuff in here, but this is what I'm going to put in. And we'll see how that goes. But I got my Mudbugs out there getting the mud purged out of them. And I'm going to get this seafood boil up to a rolling boil. You can put salt in there, whatever. I'll probably put a little bit of salt in there. Put a little bit of salt. But you don't need a lot. Because all your boil has salt in it and everything else. So it's about coming up to a boil, so I'm going to go check on those mud bugs. I got me a good boil going, so I'm going to drop in some sweet peppers. I'm going to put some sausages, beef sausage, and some taters, red taters I cut up. Now I'm going to cook these until pretty much the taters are done. Ouch. Watch out for that splashback. So I'm going to let that come back up to a boil. I'm going to cook for about 15 or so minutes until the potatoes are pretty much done. I can tell the potatoes are done, and you can use the butter knife test. Stick a potato on the end of a butter knife, and if it slides off, it's done. So we're going to let that come back up, cook them potatoes down a little bit, and then we're going to add our bugs. Alright, all my vegetables are done. Tested potatoes, they slipped right off the knife. Now I'm going to put these in, and it'll go about 5 or 6 minutes. Oh, get them a good stir in there. Oh yeah. I'm going to bring that up to a boil. Need to bring it right back up to a boil, and then when the crawdads start to float, we'll know they're done, because it only takes about 5 or 6 minutes. Then I want to get some ice, and I want to cool that water back down. And one thing that does is helps those crawfish start cooling down. They'll start sucking back in some of this juice and really make the meat flavorful. So we're going to give this a stir here, let it come back up to a boil, and then we're going, once it comes up to a boil, when we start seeing those crawdads float, then we're going to put some ice on there. All right, they're starting to float, so I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to move them over to this burner, get them off the heat, and I'm going to add some ice to them. Cool them down to stop them from cooking. That stops them from cooking and gets them to, as they cool, they'll start soaking up. I'm going to let them sit in that cooled down water. Yeah, it's not where I want it to be. I'm going to let them sit in there for a few minutes until we get them plated up and ready to roll. Potatoes done, sausage done, mud bugs are done. So we're going to try one of these son of a guns. I don't know which one to even try. I'm going to get me around these big ones. Now, I'm not a fan of sucking the heads out, so I ain't eating no head. I'm just going to eat the tails. And I know you're supposed to eat the tails and then suck the heads, or pinch the tails and suck the heads. I don't remember what the saying is exactly. But I think I'm just going to snap that tail off. See, I'm not a fan of that. There's a lot of people that like that. There's a lot of good flavor in there, I guess. But not for old Dad. I'm going to peel these. I guess I think you just squeeze it, and the meat kind of comes out. It's not a lot of meat. Oh Lord, oh son, that's some good crawdad. You want to try one? Becca says she's not gonna try one because they look like big old bugs.
I don't care about them looking like bugs. I don't like them soaked in hot sauce.
They're not hot though. The potatoes and the yuck. I don't like that gooey stuff in the tails. I think you snap that tail off. I think I'm gonna have to look it up here a second, but I can't remember exactly. Someone showed me once how to get all the meat out of there in one little chunk. I think you just squeeze it. There he comes. There you go. You just squeeze that into that tail. Perfectly done. For my first try, not too shabby. Let's try one of these sausages. Oh, juicy. That's good. Well, not bad for the first try. Look pretty good. They taste pretty good. I'm gonna finish eating these because my belly's starting to be happy, and I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna make some more. Now the next thing is, it's hard to source them up in Virginia because you can get them shipped for like $50 a bag for a big old 250 count bag or so. But the problem is the shipping's like $100, $200, so it's crazy. But I was in that seafood shop, and it wasn't too bad. I think I paid $13 for 2 pounds, so not too shabby. But cut up potatoes, the sausage. I didn't have any corn, and I can't eat the corn anyway, so I don't get it. So I didn't get the corn, but that's normally what I put in here with this boil. And it's even though I put all that hot stuff in there, it's not really that hot. So let me finish making these, or finish eating these, make our bellies happy, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Hit that bell for the notifications, and like it, send a comment, and we'll see you on the other side. Hey everybody, Scott Starcher here from Make Your Happy Bedtime. Alexa, play Spotify.
Here is Spotify.
Hey everybody, this is Bronson. If you want to make your belly happy, you want to... Bronson, sit. Sit. Look up here.